this is Taylor and we're back at Taylor's Table. Today we're gonna be making my favorite meal of the day, and that is brunch. Oh my gosh, I love brunch so much, and living in New York City, it's like an event. You wake up, maybe hungover, you put on some makeup or some shades, you wait an hour and a half, and then you eat brunch for like 30 minutes, and then you pay $16 for scrambled eggs and toast. That's literally how it goes. You don't go for the food or the drinks, you go for the scene. But today we're gonna forego all that because I need to save some money, and we're going to do brunch here at my house. I'm gonna invite a friend over, two friends over, one of which is my roommate, so she's obligated to come. And we're just gonna do a really great brunch spread. So today's menu is gonna be a stone fruit and mint salad. We're gonna do a Dutch baby, and that's super cool. I gotta tell you about that later. And we're gonna do Dijon peppered bacon. I can't wait. Let's get cooking. Okay, we're gonna begin with the stone fruit and mint salad because we wanna let it sit for a minute to get all of the flavors, macerate together. That's a word, Google it. Okay, so I really like peaches and plums, so that's what we're gonna use today, but you can also use nectarines if you choose so. Stone fruits are currently in season, late summer to early fall. They're plentiful at the grocery store and they're super cheap, so that's what we're gonna use today. All right, so how I like to cut a peach. First, I like to rub my hands all over it. Peaches have that fuzzy skin, which is really not appealing in your mouth. So just rubbing it a little bit kind of gets a little bit of it off. All right, and the way that I like to cut a peach and plums is to slice the peach all the way through, twist it, and then just take out the stone, the seed, which is why they're called stone fruits, with my finger. Awesome. I'm using a white peach today, but you can use yellow peaches. White peaches were plentiful at the market today, so I just decided to use those. Turn it down, and you're just gonna make slices. Nothing fancy. Awesome, and we're gonna continue doing that with the rest of the peaches and plums. Let's get started with the plums. Okay, I have this weird thing with plums. I was force-fed prunes when I was a child for obvious reasons. So plums I didn't get really into until I was in my 20s. And tasting them is just great. They're super, super sweet, and they just go really well with the salad. So again, you're gonna slice it all the way through, twist it, take out the pit, oh my God, my finger veins are popping. And you're just gonna slice it like you did the peach. When peaches and plums are in season, you do not have to sweeten them much. So just for a little bit of sweetness though, we're gonna add 2 tablespoons of honey. I really like the honey because it kind of draws in the juices of the peaches, and when you mix honey and peach juice, oh my God, it's so good. So we're just gonna drizzle some in. So we're gonna add a tiny bit of mint. I just love mint. It goes with like pretty much every fruit maybe except tomatoes. Which, fun fact, botanically they are technically a fruit. Legally, they're a vegetable. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just bundle up the mint leaves like so, and we're gonna chiffonade them. I think I pronounced that right. It's pretty much we're just gonna make them into little ribbons. And we're gonna dice this up pretty finely, just because you don't wanna have a whole mouthful of mint. Again, fingers curled under. Great. Maybe just like a tablespoon. Toss it. Some more. Tasty. Oh, again, always taste your food. Make sure that seasoning's right. Awesome. So we're gonna put this in the refrigerator and we're gonna get started on the other two dishes. We're gonna make some bacon now. Bacon, Dijon peppered bacon, because it can't just be regular bacon, it has to have some other elements to it because I'm obnoxious like that. Okay, so I have some really good bacon that cost me a lot of money. You don't have to get expensive bacon, you don't have to cut the pork yourself or the pig, but definitely get bacon that's uncured and that is nitrate free. I think it makes all the difference. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna coat both sides of the bacon with Dijon mustard. And if you don't have Dijon mustard, you can totally use whole grain mustard. Just don't use yellow, that is disgusting. Also, you're gonna want, again, freshly ground black pepper. It makes all the difference and it will give some texture to the bacon when you bite into it. Cool. All right, I'm gonna brush it on with a pastry brush. Not everyone has a pastry brush. One winter I thought I was gonna be making a lot of pies. I've made one. So I'm just getting my investment in by using it today, but you can definitely use a big tablespoon if you don't have a pastry brush. Okay, I'm just gonna dip it in my mustard and coat every slice of bacon. Let's crack some black pepper in it. Be liberal. It's the best part. Oh, I like to bake my bacon. You can definitely, put it in a large skillet and do it that way. I think it works better if you bake it though with on a baking sheet lined with aluminum foil. It gets the bacon crispier in my opinion, as well as it doesn't curl up on the edges. Bacon. Okay, we're gonna put this bacon in a cold oven. Do not preheat it. I read somewhere that if you put it in a cold oven, it will help the bacon stay nice, long, and crisp. So I don't know, we're gonna do that. So in a very cold oven, we're gonna put the bacon in and we're gonna turn the temp up to 400 degrees. And we're just gonna let it do its thing for about 12 minutes. Definitely put a timer on there because you do not want your smoke alarm to go off and have burnt bacon. That would be really bad. So while the bacon's cooking, let's get started on our Dutch baby. Okay, we're gonna start with the Dutch baby, which is also called a German pancake. And what differentiates it between a regular pancake is that you bake it and it really rises up with the heat, and it's kind of a showstopper. So it's perfect for this brunch and to kind of impress my friends. So we're gonna start off with the dry ingredients. So we're gonna do half a cup of flour. And the really cool thing about this recipe is that it's all in twos. So half a cup of flour, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of butter, and a half teaspoon of vanilla. You can remember that, right? The really, really cool thing about this recipe is that it has no leavening agent. So it doesn't have any baking soda, baking powder. The heat is what gives it its rise. So I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons of sugar. And then 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And this is the only thing that's not in 2 twos. Cool. Whisk that, incorporate it all together. And then I like to add a little bit of nutmeg. Nutmeg comes in this whole pod. If you don't have nutmeg, just forgo it. I think that freshly grated nutmeg is the way to go. If you have already grated nutmeg, you can use that, but grating it yourself really gives it so much more flavor. All right, so we're gonna crack 2 eggs. I use large eggs for this. The bigger the better. Half a cup of milk. And then half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And get the real kind, don't get imitation. Ain't nobody got time for that. Cool. So I like to whisk the eggs first in the middle with the milk, the vanilla. You don't want to overmix it. Just get it well incorporated. A couple of lumps are fine, no biggie. So I'm going to put this in a cast iron skillet. If you don't have a cast iron skillet that you didn't inherit from your grandma like myself, you can put this in a pie pan or even an oven-proof skillet. Just make sure that you foil the handle of your oven-proof skillet so that the handle is melt. So I've preheated our oven at 375 degrees for our Dutch baby. And I'm just gonna add 2 tablespoons of butter to my cast iron skillet. Get in there. I'm gonna let it melt just for a couple of seconds. All right, so the butter has melted into my skillet, well enough. And we're just gonna pour in the batter. It's a very thin batter, no worries. It's supposed to be that way. Get all of it, all of it. And we're gonna pop it back into the oven for about 25 minutes or until it puffs up really golden and brown around the edges. All right, so my friends are coming over in just a couple of minutes. I'm gonna get ready and have a drink before they come by, and then we'll have brunch. I got the Dutch baby out of the oven. It's all nice and golden brown, and I'm just gonna put some powdered sugar on it to complete it. You can sprinkle some powdered sugar, you can leave it off if you want. I just think it looks like really cool. Make it rain. All right. Because I love lemon, and it's actually traditional. I'm not just putting lemon in it just to put lemon in it, although that's totally me to do that. We're gonna squeeze half of a lemon over the Dutch baby, taking out carefully the seeds. Cool. You hear that sizzle? Oh my God, I'm so excited to eat. So I just took out my peaches and plums and mint, and I have my bacon ready. I'm gonna join my friends up on the roof, and we're gonna have a super low-key brunch that is free for them and costs me very little. In the meantime, I'm gonna go drink again. So join me up at the roof. Hey ladies. Okay girl. All right, cheers to a good summer. Summer 2014. Wait, hold on. Hopefully many more summers to come. Absolutely. I need it.